what's happening. The Nekkies Easter Music Festival taking place this weekend. And man, oh man, when I tell you it's a festival of note, hear me today, okay? If you've never been, if you don't have any real plans, thinking, what am I going to do for the weekend? Where can I go? I want to be at the lekker place celebrating the Easter weekend. Listen. Okay, Worcester is calling your name. Nekkies roep your naam. This is the place to be. If you've never heard about it, it's okay, because I'm about to give you all of the information that you do need and that you do require. So joining me at the moment is the festival director, Mr. Raymond Esau. He joins us on the line to chat more about this festival taking place this Friday all the way up until next week and Monday. Each day is theme-based. And, I mean, this is one of those festivals that you simply must attend. You must be at it. It's happening in Worcester, and of course, I mean, we're broadcasting all the way in Worcester as well, and so we've got the community in Worcester. It's going to be lekker because it is local, and local is lekker. Mr. Raymond Esau, good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining me this afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, and it's a great pleasure to be here.
Mr. Esau, let's talk about this festival, okay? The Nekkies Easter Music Festival. First things first, I believe that this festival is groundbreaking, especially when we look at the numbers and the magnitude of this festival. For those who's never really attended, never really heard of the Nekkies Easter Music Festival, just briefly kind of explain it to us as to what's happening this weekend.
Okay. So the festival itself started off very small in 2018, and then we had the hibernation years during COVID, and we bounced back in 2022. So this year is the 6th edition of our festival, and it's been growing ever since. We draw tens and thousands of people. We have massive stage and extended screens and sound. We have carnival rides, merry-go-round carnival rides.
Sure.
We have soft plays. It's a big deal. The entire festival is held on a piece of land in excess of 20 hectares.
Wow.
And we use that entire space. And we're running out of space. Last year we ran out of space. Yeah, so it is big. It is massive. But can I just tell you a little bit of the backstory?
Please
where
do.
We started off with?
Yeah, please.
So, and that is when you see the concept of how the festival is structured for each day, it's not coincidence. It is built on history.
Wow.
So the community of Worcester, of more than 100 years, in the late 1800s, the community of Worcester, in particular the AME Church, needed to raise funds to build the church from the ground.
Okay.
And then the community with the Muslim community started off a project to build the church with using art, mostly Muslim artisans. And so the Muslim community and then the Christian community got together and they built this church. And then they had to raise funds for the building of the church. And then they held the bazaar. So the first bazaar were held in the 1800s. And ever since, every Easter, the town of Worcester have its bazaar on Easter Monday. And even this coming Easter Monday as well. So building on this more than 100-year tradition,
wow,
where both the Christian and the Muslim community work together,
sure,
and raise funds for their different churches and denominations, we then build on it to have a festival. And that is why our festival starts off with a gospel Thanksgiving service,
sure,
and the acknowledgement service on Good Friday, which is probably the biggest Christian day in our calendar.
Yeah.
Friday, one of it. So we start off with a very potent gospel festival. On that day, last year we had it for the first time for an entire 4-day festival, and then we lay the foundation for the rest of the days to come.
Wow. Sure. I'm not gonna lie, I am a bit speechless now just listening to that, because you know, and I suppose a lot of people don't even realize that this festival is not just a music festival, right? That this is the history, right? It's so much more than that.
It's a cultural experience. So we went to another radio station the other day when we were interviewed together with our guys. We're organizing not only the festival, we organize the Worcester Bazaar as well with the churches. So we went to the radio station and we spoke to the community and inform them about the history. And the guys from the Muslim community was also present about when they rebuilt their wall in the 90s, the front of the mosque, they built the wall, and then they reused the bricks and they clean the bricks and they reuse it in the reconstruction of the new wall because they didn't want to throw away the bricks. And the reason why they didn't want to throw the bricks is because somewhere just in the 1918s or 1920s, just after that great illness or whatever, influenza flu, the AME Church, as saying thanks for them with helping them to build the church, donated them the bricks for their mosque to build. And that is a relationship that exists until today in this town, where the religious communities work together in terms of raising funds to sustain their operations, and we build on that history.
Wow, this is so profound, and I tell you why. Because I mean, as you are speaking, I realize and I understand that this is a community based conversation. Like, this isn't just my
100%.
denomination against your denomination. This is no competition. This is no I'm better than you, but a fact of we all live in the same community. We eat from the same community. So let's work together in our own communities together, right?
And more importantly, to be able to sustain it for over 100 years,
Wow.
during the years of apartheid, even when slavery ended, from that period, we worked together until today. The only time that we paused were in the COVID years, when we had to pause for that 2 years, and we got back strong as well.
Wow.
So this is like, and then building on that momentum that is already existing in this town, so many great churches and gospel bands and a history. We're building on that. And we're just growing with it. I had a discussion, so it's such a profound discussion as well with Alvira Scandili yesterday in the morning. And what we plan to do in the community, besides the festival, other community work that we're busy with, women's empowerment projects. So it's building a cultural festival on the history, but also community work. For that reason, people cannot understand how can we present a festival of this magnitude, asking such a minimal fee. And the reason why we're doing it is because it's a community festival.
And you want and want everybody to be there.
Exactly. Exactly. So we're not into making money, but expressing the cultures of the Cape community. And if I say expressing our cultures, it's both the Muslim, the Christian community, and the African community. People sometimes forget that in this area where Worcester has its Easter Bazaar, in that street corridor where we have our Easter Bazaar, in Parker Street and Lake Portland and the other areas where we have the bazaar, a lot of that areas, when apartheid came, were the forced removal, where our African brothers were removed from that area. So historically, when the bazaar happened, even before apartheid, we all were one people and we all celebrated the one tradition. We all were the same slaves at one point or the other. So it stems from that history.
Sure. Are you born and bred in Worcester?
I was born and bred just a town next to Worcester, Robertson.
In Robertson,
so I
okay.
know about the history of Worcester. So all our shopping, all our bringing up was with understanding the town. So we were very close to this town. And that's why I understand the history, yes.
Wow.
So when I started here, I could immediately just continue the legacy of the great people that I know in this town.
Yeah. Now, listen, I asked the question, Mr. Esau, only because listening to you speak, the amount of passion that you have, not just for the festival, right, but the amount of passion you have for the foundation of which this festival is built on, the 100 years of history, your passion as you speak about it, your love for the community, and to build a community-driven conversation and event for people of all cultures and natures and races to come together and say, let's do this as South Africans, not as black, white, colored, but as South Africans. Laat ons saamkom. right? I mean, it's
100%.
it's sensational. In actual fact,
And
I hope that when the weekend comes, I hope that on stage that you're actually going to be sharing this with those that are going to be in attendance, that you're going to be on that stage and sharing this history, because people need to know, because people need to understand that this isn't just another festival. That in this festival you are participating in 100 years of heritage, Mr. Esau. I mean,
yes, so what we doing is we're trying to tag along the institutions in the town, the
yeah.
youth, have sessions with them as well. And for
Mm,
example, at our festival, Worcester has a rich tradition of musicians and bands as well. So as part of our culture, a big part of our culture, and those who know will immediately realize that Worcester is actually one of the homes of Langarm, which is very much a traditional type of music,
I
unique
love
to
Lang
the
Adam. Oh my word!
so, so,
Wow!
so this is where some of the greatest Langarm were born,
Oh my
right?
word!
The Apollos brothers and those guys that gave us such huge history in terms of our music. So we what we've done over the years, we tag along and we brought back some of those great musicians from retirement, and we brought them back to the States, playing with the current generation as well,
Mm,
and we mix it up a bit, but we got them back. So one of our headlines for this Monday,
mm,
our Monday is entitled Icons and Legends. We're
wow.
not only celebrating the biggest legends in South African music,
Mm,
which we have all of them on one stage, but we're also celebrating the local Worcester legends, where
yes.
we got three of the biggest three bands in the history of Worcester together. There's actually one of the band's lead singers is a little bit now separation, but we still have the two bands that will partake in uniting on our stage and
Sure.
singing some of their old songs so that our generation can remember them as well and
Wow.
give them a sense of gratitude as
Yeah,
well.
give them their flowers, man. Oh my word, Mr.
Yes.
Isso, man, you know what, eh? I mean, when you and I spoke yesterday, I said, look, here, I really want to come and experience this for myself. Then I spoke to Quentin Manuels last night, and I had the same conversation, and I said,
Yes.
I really want to be there. After this conversation, there is no doubt in my mind
Mm.
that I want to be there
You
this
must you must come and
weekend.
experience the bazaar.
Wow.
Then you tell me again.
Oh
And
my
and
word.
and walk from church to church and see how united this community is.
Sure.
And you then go up to the mosque and see how our Muslim brothers and sisters work with our Christian brothers and sisters. It's example for the rest of the world to see.
Sure.
It's potent. It's you. I can't describe it to you in words. You must come and experience it.
Okay.
And guys like Quentin has been with us for a number of years. I went to them and I said, guys, this is what we have.
Mm,
Are you partaking? And he was immediately there. And so I have Alvira and some of the other guys.
yes.
So it's a team effort, getting people together around one vision. And the vision is unity and a sense of community and being the best that we can be,
Yep.
acknowledging our history and giving homage to where we come from,
Sure.
but building for the future as well.
Absolutely love this. Okay, so just for those who don't know, of course, they can go ahead and go onto the Facebook page, Nekkies Easter Music Festival, to get all of the information that they do require. The link to buy tickets is also there, if I'm not mistaken. But another Friday is going to be gospel. The Saturday, I think it's going to be a vibe with
So,
DJs and other artists.
yes, yes. And then the Sunday we're doing, the title of Sunday is Guma Jazz.
Nice.
It's reflecting on a culture and the Guma and the jazz. So we feature Langarm and jazz, prominent jazz artists doing the Guma jazz genre, as we call it.
Ah, I have to
And
be there.
you audience will immediately understand what that is.
Okay.
So, so our gospel concert is probably, for the number of artists that we have, probably nearly just a free concert. We are just 20 Rand entry, if I
Okay.
can
Okay.
mention, because we just want a record of who entered, basically, if I
Okay.
can call
That makes sense. Yes.
it. So it's basically nearly a free public concert.
I got you. All
Yeah.
right.
And
Listen.
and and mhm.
You were
For
saying?
me, the highlight of the weekend is, besides the Monday, the highlight is obviously for me the gospel concert.
I'm,
That's
I'm so
and and
excited.
and 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 you're so emotional when you start the Friday, and it's Good Friday. You just come from your church.
Wow.
We had a meeting with all the pastors,
Mm.
all of them, most of the pastors in town, and they're so excited and they're so united.
Wow.
And we're giving them the platform on our stage with the different gospel acts. And the same discussion we had,
Yeah.
if I may,
Yes.
just may I share something with your audience that we haven't shared publicly on Facebook, maybe,
Uh-huh.
just especially for your audience, if I may.
Yes, 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 yes.
So just before we went on to air,
Mm.
we had a conversation earlier with a artist that is known on the socials for how we have engaged in gospel, and he says that he contacted us. He wants to be on the gospel stage, that he will be on the gospel stage. And for those of your audience that know how he has been in his journey, will understand. So for the first time, other than secular music, we putting on Jazzy D on the gospel stage, coming and
Oh,
playing.
my word.
He's looking so forward to being on a
Man.
big gospel stage.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow.
So
That is top tier. That
yeah.
is top
So,
tier, Mr. Isso.
so you heard it first. We haven't even published it. Yeah.
Wow. And there you have the exclusive DJ Jazzy, the man that gone built his name in secular, and in the last year he came and he said, you know what, I'm lifting up the name of Jesus, and now wherever he goes, he lifts up the name of Jesus. Whether it is secular, he lifts up the name of Jesus through his music. He is now proud about the gospel of Jesus Christ, and what an opportunity. Thank you for sharing that with us, Mr. Isso. Thank you so much.
So now it's great. And thank you for allowing this opportunity and
Man,
providing us the platform. Yeah.
well, listen, thank you. And one thing is certain, that I'm definitely going to be there this weekend. I must be there. I don't have
I'm
a
looking
choice.
forward. I'm looking forward to receiving your entire radio station here, or whoever can come. You're more than welcome.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. We will touch base the moment we are in Worcester.
Yes.
Up until then, all the best. Have the lovely, lovely weekend, and we'll see each other soon.
Thanks, and all the best for you. Thanks. Ciao.
Thank you so much. That was Raymond Esau. Listen, I'm going to take you with Bernie's West, titled Lately, taking you all the way to top of the hour this afternoon. If you don't know what to do the weekend, Nekkies Easter Music Festival is the place to be. Worcester, roep your naam. That's where you need to be. Go ahead and check it out. It's going to be lekker. It's local, and local is lekker.